how are you? How have you been? How was yesterday when you listened to my video? Did you like it? Oh, amazing. Did you share it? You're such an amazing person. And did you remember to subscribe? My name is Muita-Saisi, a business consultant, monetary and evaluation consultant, and an industry and organizational psychologist. We are here to talk about business, and today it's on Tuesday, terrific Tuesday. This is when I normally give you just one of the business ideas that you could go outside there and try out, because there's some of you who come and tell me that yes, we would want to jump into this business world, but we just don't have anything that is coming in my head. Or I would want to jump into this business, but I don't have capital or enough capital. So I give you some of these ideas that you can utilize with that money that you've kept somewhere, or with also that money that you think it's too little, or without even capital. So today we'll be talking about real estate because some of us are into it, some of us are still fearing it, some of us don't know how to jump into this. So I'll be talking about agents because sometimes we think that real estate it's a very broad world that we cannot be accommodated in. And why am I talking about agents? It is because you are an agent meaning that you are connecting a tenant to a landlord. So you are just an agent. So when we talk about these agents, what do they do? Number one, they sell lands, that is real estate. They sell land. They rent out apartments. They do Airbnb. There are several things that they do inside here, and you could just look out for them and you decide that for me, I think I can go to Airbnb agent. I can become an agent in the renting out apartments. I can also become an agent in managing these apartments. I can also become I can also sell lands or houses. Where I come from, there are so many houses that are coming up very fast. And so it means that there's so many house owners that need people to be looking out for them, tenants, to bring them people in. I remember one time I was talking to a friend of mine and I asked him, by the way, I want to start managing your apartments. That time I was testing waters to see how lucrative this business is. And I remember he told me, just go get us tenants and we are going to make sure that we pay you the commission. So after you have brought in this tenant, there's some commission. That's how it works. So if you sell land, after I did a small research, I hear you're given not less than 3%. That is the research that I did. So you get 3% of the amount sold. But also, this is the interesting bit that I loved even more. Let's assume that I've given you this land and I've told you that I want you to sell for me this land at 600,000. So in case me, I go and negotiate for 700,000 and this customer agrees at the price that I've given them, the land will be sold at 700,000. But note that, but you remember that I had been given a cap of 600,000. So this 600,000, what this person is going to do, they'll still give me the 3% of the 600,000. So I'll get my extra 100K and I'll also get the 3% of the 600,000. So I'm going to get 100 plus amount. So that is how the selling of land it goes. So I'll get the 3% plus the top up that I sold. So sometimes that's why some people are not so friendly to brokers, but these are people who are just doing their things. They're just agents. They're making sure that these lands are going and these houses are going. You can be given a house of 3 million. So this person says that me, I just want 3 million. So if this person comes and sells it to you at 4 million and you negotiate down to 3.5, the 500,000, it's his. But what will happen is that we will sit down they will sit down with the house owner, and they'll give up the a top amount. That's selling of land or houses or properties. Number two, it is managing of properties. So this is where you sit down with your landlord, and as according to the research, it was not below 10% of the rent received. So if, let's say, the house where I'm living, I pay, I'm just giving an example, that's not the exact amount. I pay 30,000. So this person is going to get 3%, 10%, sorry, of 30,000, which is 3K. So this 3K, what they'll do, so as they can get some more 3Ks, they're going to look for about 10 houses. You see, that's 30,000 just coming into the account. So with that, these people are able to manage this amount of houses for them to be able to make sure that the tenants there are living in the most conducive environment. So that is number two way, then that is how they make money. So number one is said selling of properties, you get 3% of commission. You sell higher, you sell lower, when utajikanganya, but you get your cut. Number two way, it is managing of that property. You manage the property, you get your 10% every month, and that's what you get. And also with this, I remember I was talking to someone, and he was telling me that inside that 10%, please make sure that you negotiate for this person to give you airtime allowance. They also give you some allowance, the traveling allowance. So this traveling and the airtime, it should not be part of this 10%. You just tell them that I'll be needing to use like 1K for traveling expenses. So maybe they can give you, let's assume with that our figure of 3,000 bob per 30,000. So they should give you like around 5K to manage their apartment. So they'll give you 3,000 bob plus 2K for their managing. Aya, we go to the next way that you can become an agent. It is through bringing in tenants into houses that do not have tenants. So with this is what, according to the research, and by the I talked to several real estate guys, and that they're the ones who gave me this data. So this is what happens. I bring in a tenant, you're going to give me the first rent. So that's why when we go into houses, the landlords really insist on the 2 months deposit. Why? Because one of this rent, for instance, with the previous example of 30,000 bob, if I was paying this house 30,000 bob, then this first 30,000 goes to the agent, and the other 30,000 goes to the owner. So the agents who just do that, they just go looking for tenants for houses, and they don't want to manage those properties, because when I asked, they told me that it is time wasting to keep on sitting down with the tenant. They want this, they want that, they want this repair, they want this. So they prefer going to the next project, and they get that quick money. So that is way number three. We said way number one, it is whereby you sell properties. Way number two, it is whereby you manage that property. Number four, Airbnb. Nowadays, people are loving the way of traveling. There are so many projects that are coming up. There are people coming from United States, UK, China, Middle East, in Africa, all over. And these people, they want someone that they can trust to host them. So this is what people are doing. They get like a house, they furnish the house to look very beautiful, but they'll look for an agent to be selling for them at Airbnb. So you sit down with this person, they're supposed to be giving you 10% of the amount that they're going to be given. For instance, that house that you're giving out per day, per night, it is 4,500. So per day, you're supposed to be getting 450 shillings from that person. So the longer this guest stay, the more pay you get. So that is giving out a house on Airbnb. So with this, what you do, you just have to be very vigorous on the social media pages, posting and posting and posting all these houses. That is what is required of an agent, because your landlords will be needing to see tenants, will be needing to see buyers, will be needing to see their properties move. They'll be wanting to see how well their properties are doing. So with that, I hope you have an idea what real estate agents do. And if you do not have something to do, you have had all those, there's no capital that you've used. All of this thing, you're just using your small mouth to just go and market somebody's house. So don't tell me that you're seated in the house still thinking about what you can do. Whereas greater apartments, as in they're getting finished. We have over 5,000 apartments there that you can go and look for tenants, bring them in, ask for whether you can manage those houses. And who knows? Tomorrow you'll be the next person who will be telling us, but they have 100 apartments that I'm managing there, and monthly I get not less than 300,000 from just managing those houses. Thank you very much. Do have a blessed day, and please remember to subscribe, share, and also like and leave a comment down there. Bye bye.